Pope John Paul II said this: as the family goes, so goes the nation, and so goes the whole world in which we live. As the family goes, so goes the nation, so goes the world. I want to add this. As the father goes, as men go, so goes the family, so goes the nation, so goes the world. Because where the father goes, goes the family. And I think over this next season, God is going to get hold of men's hearts. I wonder if this revival that God is promising us, this wave that is about to hit Durban that we hear so much of, is going to be a wave of men standing up and leading it from the front, not being drawn into it from the back. 1 Corinthians 16, verse 13 says this. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 2 now, but I want to read this. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong, do everything in love. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men. Be strong, do everything in love. One of the things we've got to teach men is that spirituality or spiritual maturity, not just men and women, looks like love. The measure of our spiritual maturity is not how many times you go to church, how many times you read the Bible, how many hours you spend praying. That's what the Pharisees did. How you love. You see, the measure of spiritual maturity is actually in your relational dynamic. How you relate. You can't say I'm spiritually mature, but you're fighting with everybody. Even your enemy, Jesus says, love that person. It's powerful. Some translations say, instead of saying act like men, they say be courageous or be brave. But the better translation is act like men. And he's speaking to those that are ministering into regions. Act like men. You see, to show yourself a man is to be brave and courageous. But let's go to Genesis chapter 2. And this is where we see man before he fell. Before he fell into sin. Before he got disconnected from this relational reality that he had with God. And we have a look at what he was given and what he gave away. It's so important. What you are given and what you are given away. What you hand away, what you give away. So let's go there. So now I'm at the sayings of Agar, Proverbs 30. You've got me going here now, Craig. I started looking that up. Everything that has the sayings of a man, I'm like, I want to know that. I want to speak to men. So, yeah. Anyway, verse 15 of chapter 2 of Genesis. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden. Eden means pleasure. He took the man, and when it says man now, it doesn't say mankind, the man, the male, and put him in the garden of his pleasure. You see, the pleasure that the man would experience in the garden was the task and the mandate that he had to go and make places that weren't experiencing that, experience that. He was to live from a place of rest, from a place of God's pleasure, from a place of God's blessing. We see that right in the beginning in chapter 1, he says, be blessed, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. There's this blessing that you see, you never do anything in God without finding the blessing of God first. He doesn't put you in deficit and say, go and make it happen. He says, I want you to be blessed, now go. Always, I want you to be